I have 9, so if you get bored, you can just be counting down in your head. Okay, she's read 3 already. Only 6 left to go. You can still count if you haven't drank. The first one is called Potential. 3 nights in a row, my daughter has died. The first night, we leave her alone in the dark and she disintegrates. She reappears as a red viscous mass in my underwear, a glob of strawberry jam. Fascinated, I peel her off, pull her apart, sniff her, wrap her in tissue, and discard her. The second night, her father buries her in the sand when she goes out, at our urging, for chocolate ice cream. He catches her before she arrives to the sweet treat, and I can hear the shovel slicing into the soil. On the third, she has prattled on in the kitchen endlessly. I glare at her and will her silent. I wander into her room later to deliver laundry and find her sitting quietly on her bed. She has swallowed her tongue. Lamb. At 14 and unbroken, you are a gorgeous that is dangerous. No coaches or athletes have shown up for practice yet. We wait in the quiet truck, but I have more important things to attend to. I shoo you out and away. You trudge slowly across the long green field. In the distance, the men leaning against the maintenance van watch you walk. Not every single poem is about my kids, so don't worry. Oh, she's just gonna read poems about her kids. This one's called Full Thickness.
Oh, hey! It's a metaphor, guys.
Actually, it pertains to a 3rd or 4th degree burn. So, 1. There will be a dress down and an admonishing that will stun you. You have inconvenienced him or acted insensitive in some way, but really what you have done is made him feel foolish, and this is unacceptable. 2. The slap will possibly be months, but probably weeks later. Again, for inconsideration on your part, you won't mind so much. You will imagine you are reenacting a scene in an old movie. The Hollywood kiss after will carry you over until the next time. 3. There will be a public dress down. This will be worse than anything in private. Whether his friends approve or not, for there will be weapons, a steel-toed boot, a dart thrown across the room, the steaming slats of a wall heater. You will hear yourself scream, and the sizzle of burning flesh. You will consider both sounds before you pass out. It will be years before you wonder what happened to those seared-off pieces of skin. Years before you imagine him, after the metal has cooled, with a soft cloth wiping away layers of you. And if my temporary crown falls off while I'm reading and I inhale it and I start choking, someone will have to come up and finish my set for me, please. So. This one's called God or Love. Don't speak to me of God or love, those vague Vaseline-smeared half-notions that lurk grotesquely in the house shadows at 3 a.m. Save it for your wide-eyed receptacles, the one you tease with touch and truth. I've seen angels. They float black and pasty in the bathroom mirror while I spit. Their wings are fashioned from the gray matter of innocence that you have twisted. I can feel their meaty breath on my neck while you pull me closer to the edge of whatever heaven or hell suits your eyes today. Angels whom ache to touch purity because they cannot fly. What was that? Are you counting down? I think that was 4. This one's called Poet. She creeps up from her chasms, rustles soft like vacant memory past morning, falls yellow, sits sticky on my skin, runs her maggoty tongue up the backs of my knees, wraps around the base of the dogwoods. I mistake the haze for whispers. She crawls up from her chasms, hangs like pregnant truth from the corner of the room, drops down after midnight, curls her claws into my mouth, her clammy breath swirling quietly into my nostrils. I awake to find clusters of her eggs exploding in a whirl out the window. I mistake their popping for gunfire. The Great. The great dictators are most often small, fearful men, screaming out for mama's milk, latching on to every wandering teat. Just know that this daughter of a preacher will always be ready, lithe and muscled to witness, to lay hands on, to press her right knee up under that tender chin, her penknife carving out each soft belly spot of condescension. Father, I referenced your dead father too many times tonight. I felt the inaudible click of locking metal and silent slam of some door inside. Your red-rimmed eyes glared up at me, hating yourself and him. You know I was well within my right to drag his trembling alcoholic hand up from the dust to shake in your face and startle you. Forgive me the intrusion, but I would rather have the frightened boy than the 35-year-old drunk, the sour reek of failure stinging against my pores, as you grumble loneliness to yourself and your father, killing the both of you and me again. Resurrection. Every time you kill yourself, I cry at your cross begging for resurrection. But when the stone is rolled away, I'm shaking and scared. You have left some piece of you during that 3-day visit, slipped through your punctures perhaps. I must brave the fire to retrieve it and hope that I return untouched. Always your ascension thrills me into belief, but now it's Friday again and the sky is black. Last one. This one's called At 9 I Knew, and it's a pantoum, which is awesome because you just take some lines that you really, really like and recycle them and use them a bunch of times. At 9 I Knew, and because basically all that you need to know, you pretty much know by 9. So, At 9 I Knew. At 9 I knew there is a place people go because their God is not our God. Warm and dark where time moves thick, my best friend Tracy would be going there. Because their God is not our God, some people are doomed to hell. My best friend Tracy would be going there. I was frightened for them all. Some people are doomed to hell. This is what my father preached. I was frightened for them all. It seemed like such a lonely place. This is what my father preached until my pony died on a quiet afternoon. It seemed like such a lonely place after that. Until my pony died on a quiet afternoon, I had never challenged my father. After that, I couldn't stop asking. I had never challenged my father, but what about animals? Do they go too? I couldn't stop asking, only silence. But what about animals? Do they go too? I decided we would all go. I imagined in that place only silence, Tracy and my pony and me. I decided we would all go. I imagined in that place warm and dark where time moves thick, Tracy and my pony and me. At 9 I knew there's a place people go.